Check it out. Universal Audio sent me something so I could try Luna. Hey everybody, welcome back to another video where I try as many DAWs as I can possibly try because I'm interested in learning what else is out there besides Pro Tools. I've been using Pro Tools for decades, used it every day in the studio. I have a commercial location. I've owned and operated a commercial recording studio for 10 years now, so I know Pro Tools like the back of my hand. That said, I've been kind of living under a rock and I've been interested in seeing what other DAWs are out there and what they can offer. Not just that, but what they can teach me about my process, whether it's with Pro Tools or not. Universal Audio did send me this Apollo Twin so that I could try out Luna because you can't try it out unless you have a piece of hardware. All that said, Universal Audio is not paying for an opinion. I could say whatever I want to about Luna. They do not see this video before it comes out, nothing like that. This video does, however, have a sponsor, and that is Sweetwater, but more on that later. So first things first, this is not in any way a mix tutorial. This is how quick can I get up and running in another DAW. Every DAW has its little quirks. Every DAW has something that it's really, really good at and maybe something that it lacks. Mainly what I'm doing is mixing live tracked session. Real drums, real players, organic free range music. So without further ado, let's get into Luna. So here we are in Luna. You can see that I tried like a let's try a mixing thing in here, and I just wanted to make sure I could get it working because Universal Audio sent me this little Apollo Twin so that I could try this. I have a satellite. I thought I would be able to try the software, but that's not the case. You actually need one of their interfaces to do it, which is kind of a bummer. But by the way, I'm coming down off one of the worst colds of my life, so forgive my cold voice. First thing I noticed right off the bat, I have the same monitors that are in this picture, the Focals. Look at that, you can see one right there. The song's called In Another Life. I know it's 145. Let's just go ahead and set that now. So having worked with Apollos before, I can tell that this is set up to where if you run the console app, you'll know what you're looking at. We have a control room, awesome. Only bummer is we can't put plugins on the control room output. I remember that being a big thing, wanting that from Universal Audio, for them to implement that in the console app when I was on Apollos. Let's go ahead and import some tracks. Importing the files, brought them in an order. I don't know why that's a thing that I get excited about because some DAWs won't do that. They won't bring them in order. It's so weird. So can I go ahead and make my groups from over here? Create a group. Drums. Did I just spell that right? I don't even know. How can I change color? Because this, oh yes, right here. Okay, so these first two tracks were ideas. This is basically if I were given tracks to mix. Some of the really specific ideas have been committed down for the mix process, and I mixed this song. This is already finished, this has already been approved, it'll be released here soon, but I wanted to pull like a version of raw tracks into this to try it out in a mix context. And this is not a mix tutorial, this is just something easy that I can use like you would get from any client. I'm gonna go ahead and just start grouping tracks that I know are like tracks. So there's my rhythm guitar, choir, create group, BGV, create group, angels. Does it change the color of a group together? Yes, perfect. Actually, let's make our harmonies this, get all of our choir, make that red. And this is total personal taste thing. This is just so I can see what's going on really, really quickly. Actually, I like that yellow. I don't know why. Bass, it's gotta be brown every time. Drums, why not red? So how can I get back and forth? Hey, Pro Tools hotkeys work. Sweet. So if I want these to go to a bus, I can't change the output. Huh. Oh, it's asking me, can I make a new one? Bus. Yes. Okay, here. Drum bus. Heck yeah. Now can I see it on this side, please? Thank you. Now this feels redundant that I've grouped everything and now I'm gonna go back and bus them. I do appreciate how fast I'm setting this up, but this is a huge step in like a DAW that's functional and fast. Is once you get a workflow that's solid, it's just gonna go so fast. And this allows me to treat large amounts of tracks all at once rather than all these individual tracks. So we have our buses. If I change the spill, oh, hitting the spill will just let you focus on those tracks that are within that bus. That's cool. Okay, so inserts. I need to get a little creative here because this is now going into the Apollo Twin. I need to use Source Nexus to get out, to patch it through my burls, to hear it through my speakers. It's not an ideal situation, but that's how I can make this work right now without tearing apart my patch bay, and I don't want to do that. Inserts. Okay, so I want to send it to Pro Tools HDX 15 and 16. So now I should hear it through my speakers. And I do. That's awesome. Let's get my speaker correction. Perfect. Oh, it got rid of Source Nexus. Okay. Can I drag it where I want? Okay, I see what I did. So if you're still on that insert, you're just going to replace it. You're not going to stack them. That's fine. But now I have to reset this up. Let's double check. Got it. Then we need another instance of Source Nexus. And this one is just going to OBS. Now, let's go ahead and just start stacking stuff. Can I search? What? Why are my plugins not here? The only thing that shows up is Source Nexus. That doesn't make any sense. Oh, I'm in favorites. Duh. Oh, wow. That is a problem. If you have that star selected, it's gonna defeat everything. Okay, that's fun. Okay. Let's grab a couple more things for the master bus just so. And the last thing, I'm gonna need one more Source Nexus to make as an insert. And this is hacky right here. So I'm gonna put it right here and I'm gonna route my Neve so I can monitor through my Neve. So that should be 9 and 10, and then come back 9 and 10. And I do not want to monitor the through. That will just send the dry signal through. I want the wet signal through the Neve. Alright, sweet. Oh, hey, thanks for ordering that, by the way, the cable kit.
Whoa, what the heck?
Dude, what's wrong?
I thought last time I was dreaming. Do you actually work here?
Yeah, I've been working here for 10 years.
Sorry, I guess I didn't realize my twin had been working here for 10 years. Call me crazy.
You're crazy. It would make a lot of sense.
It seems like something else is bugging you, man. Is everything okay? I love this guitar, but I feel like I've outgrown it. And every time I go to the store, the guitars are never set up the right way, and it's just a frustrating process.
Dude, Guitar Gallery.
Guitar Gallery.
Guitar Gallery.
Guitar Gallery. Yeah, sweetwater.com. Go to Guitar Gallery. They have literally thousands of guitars that you can pick from. And the pictures that you're looking at are actually the guitar you're going to buy. And not only that, they're going to go through a 55-point inspection of that thing to make sure it's set up and it's going to play like brand new as soon as you get it.
Okay, but buying a guitar online, that seems shady as...
Don't worry about it, champ. You have 30 days to decide. No risks. You can send that thing back.
Ooh, a cutlass.
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 Cutlass?
Cutlass.
Oh, look. Here it is. Holy cow, that was fast. Yeah, on top of all that great service, Sweetwater also ships really, really quick.
All right.
All right, knock yourself out, John. Wait a minute, are you my clone?
I mean, we're set up pretty quick. What's the... Oh, yes. Pro Tools keys work. I love it. Okay, I don't need to see control room. I want to make as much space for myself as possible here. Can I shrink this? No. Okay. So... I mean, from here, can I, like, select drums? Oh, good, I have inserts. So real quick, let's just start laying some stuff down. Really? There we go. Okay, we have clip gain. That's awesome. Can I suspend groups with, yep, Pro Tools hotkeys? But it... Take it off. Okay, it's maybe it's because these are selected. Yes. Okay, let's even these out a little bit. It does not like to see it this loud. I'm curious if we're actually in like a 32-bit environment here, because the way it just clipped doesn't seem like we are. How do I even know? Okay, MIDI controller. I see nothing to tell me my bit depth. Is it here? Huh. 48 kilohertz. Yeah, I have no idea what bit depth I'm in. I would imagine it's not 32 based on how that just worked. Let's go back up to the drums and start panning things. Okay, so we need a drum gate on this snare. It's just too out of control. I do like that you can just continue to type. Like, all of your stuff is already in the plugin search. You can keep going. Got a really good fundamental on that snare, so I'm going to carve out some stuff for the rest here. There we go, that's good for right now. I'll get this a little brighter. And because I chomped down on it so hard, we're going to need a reverb. That was gross. You know what's interesting is I don't think I could add like a stereo reverb to the actual snare track, so let's get rid of this and let's just make a send. I'm going to go to another reverb here. Oh, where did that go? Oh, right next to it. Perfect. What I want. Okay. And then how do I actually control that send? Cool. Let's go ahead and get some compression on these overheads. And one thing I really have fallen in love with is this pulsar plug. Just keep it on super fast. Keep the attacker on there. Just to add a little movement to those overheads, and it's so cool. Okay, that's good for now. Let's see what this bass is doing here. Okay, I can live with that for right now. Let's see what's going on with guitars. Those already sound great. I mean, I need Renaissance Axe that I use in literally every mix that I do. I'll put a link in the description, because if you don't have Renaissance Axe and you're using guitars or synths or any, I mean, this plugin is awesome. Right along with RVox, every single mix. It's great. Like, that's about where I would normally use it. But watch what happens when I really squish it. Like, you can start to get dirty and it'll actually start to clip. And that clipping sounds great. It's not like just straight up digital clipping. Like, it sounds good. Like, what it adds harmonically is really cool. And I'm going to follow that up with an EQ. Alright, this was like a weird fuzzy sound, and I'm going to copy Renaissance Axe right over. Audio unit channel format mismatch. Interesting. I wonder if it's because I went from a stereo, like it can't change a stereo plug to a mono plug. Huh. Now this thing needs to go to like a reverb of some kind. It's really a bummer that I can't change mono. Huh. Like if I want to make this like a stereo track so I can put like a stereo thing on it, I don't want to use sends for everything. Like for something like this, like it's a very use case. It would make more sense to just keep it on the track itself. But what I'm going to have to do is use the send, and I'm pretty sure I'm limited to the amount of sends that I have. So let's see here. Did I make it? No. I can't spell. Oh, did I put it over here? Yeah, let's just... Why not? I'm going to turn the feedback down, turn this all on. One thing I've really liked is just literally putting like a transient shaper like... Oh, okay, let's start a demo. A transient shaper directly on my drum bus. That is not my drum bus. That is my snare reverb. Okay. Over this way. Here we go. Only one thing I have noticed is it has not gotten in my way yet. I mean, other than these like little quirks. And I wish the entire channel strip would change color. I wonder if I'm just not clicking the right thing here. I don't see an option for that. Well, groups. I wish the whole thing would change color, but I mean, that way you could see, instead of like having to follow everything all the way up, just there was a slight color change on the whole thing. That would make it so much easier to see. But I don't need all this information at the same time. Utility. So I've got delay, sidechain inputs, left and right trim. That's handy right there, actually. Okay. So now that we've got our general gain staging and everything set the way I kind of want it, although that tambo was like killing me. Where is that? Oh, sweet. Oh, and I could hide my monitor. Oh, I love this. Oh, there you could change between those real quick. Okay, cool. Workflow edit, huh? Oh, this is dope. There's a whole workflow section up here of recording. So like everything you would need, like click to cue, cue outputs, pre-roll, post-roll, all the recording functions right there kind of change. And then we can go to MIDI. MIDI keyboard, panic button right here, MIDI merge. The easy things are right at your fingertips. Edit, cut, copy, paste, duplicate, separate. Oh my gosh. Fade in, fade out, X fade, crossfading, export clip, consolidate. Oh, like a universe? Oh, heck yeah. And a mix down. Wow, cancel that. I don't want to do that right now. And I can change my solo mode. Oh, yeah. I noticed that I'm mixing a lot more on the actual mix window in Luna, and I like that. And the way it's laid out, it is kind of making you use your ears more. It's harder to find exactly what you want. I'm not searching for plugins. I'm not looking through a ton of plugins to find what I want. I'm going exactly for what I want, and that search function makes that really, really quick. That said, I'm keeping my session super simple, and I'm being really thoughtful about what I'm doing, so I appreciate that workflow. And RVox. I mean,
every single session. I'm not gonna say, I'm gonna link it down below because it is cheap and you should have it. Arvox, I'm telling you. Oh man. Okay, now this is, I'm gonna start pushing how many sends I can use. I'm gonna create 4 new sends here. Can I just do it like, oh heck yeah. Well, I'm gonna name them differently, so I should probably do it differently. So let's make a Vox slap. Let's make a Vox stereo delay, Vox wide, Vox verb short, and Vox verb long. So on my verb long, let's see what we got here. I love this mod Taj. I think it's like a Taj Mahal thing. Let's shorten that quite a bit. Because even though we shortened it, that's still going to be a really, really long verb. And let's just let that chill. I'm going to scoot this over to verb short and change a couple things here. That's cool. And then on the short one, I'm actually going to like EQ it pretty hard. Because I don't want much popping through. On our wide, we'll get micro shift here. Tighten it up a little bit. There we go. Stereo delay. There's our stereo delay. And let's pull it over for our slap. Let's just make it like a 30-second or something. Turn that feedback way down. Actually, what's my delay over here? There we go. Okay. And can I group all of these together and make them my effects? Cool. And then can I bus them? Nice. And I like to see those like at the end. Ooh, the drag function is not playing well. No, it ain't real. Verb short, verb long. Okay, now we have everything set where it needs to go. Well, it ain't real. Well, it ain't real. No, it ain't real. Well, it ain't real. No, it ain't real. My biggest downfall was weighing what you say. My worth is graded from the thoughts inside your head. Now I'm just going to quickly copy these over to all of my vocal buses. And that'll get me like a real general vocal mix here. Then I should be able to just pan. Well, it ain't real. No, it ain't real. Okay, let's go ahead and get my angels going here. These are the coolest piece. That is like the next piece of the puzzle. I'm finding like I'm wanting to mix in here. Oops. But this I might actually put like a reverb on here. I know that's a reverb going into a lot of reverbs, but that's kind of what I want. Or this specific thing will probably be a delay. I am interested in this console. Let's see what's going down here. Okay, so I don't have any demos available to try. That's okay. I am curious that I've gone this whole time and I haven't looked at loudness. FGX2. We finally got it. And it's actually pretty dope. So, I know this is confusing over here with all these Source Nexus plugins. This first one is my Neve. The second one is going to OBS. And the last one is going to my speakers. Because I can't monitor through the Apollo Twin right here.
do like the way the sends work. I really like this kind of workflow. And I feel like I was able to get up and running really quick. I mean, if I don't edit this video, I'm sitting at like 36 minutes right now. And that is pretty cool as far as how quick I was able to do that. I have to admit, when I first got into, when they sent me the Apollo, I really wanted to try Luna. But as I started getting things up and running, I wasn't a huge fan of being boxed in. I don't like the idea that you need this hardware to run this software. I mean, it's 2022. Why are we doing this? That said, I say that wholeheartedly knowing I'm all into an Apple ecosystem. So I understand I'm kind of speaking out of both sides of my mouth when I'm talking about this, but I guess it goes to show there's certain workflows that if you're willing to get into a certain ecosystem and stay there and it works, maybe an ecosystem isn't such a bad thing. Is it for me? I really like my Bro converters, and I would be heartbroken to switch over to something like this unless I was able to hang something like Dante off of it, still use an Apollo system, keep my conversion that I love, and work in an environment like this. I know that's a lot of concessions being made, and I'm not even sure if that's possible or if it's in their plan down the line, but I do have to say, for what I do and the way I like to mix, this is pretty cool and pretty fast, and it's no nonsense. You can still get in there and edit. You can still get in there and get dirty. I do want to go a little further down the road of editing and tuning, but with this song, there wasn't a whole lot there to do. There wasn't a whole lot of editing that needed to happen because it came in already edited. So in a mixed context, doing what I do 90% of the time, this fits right into my workflow. Granted, I don't have a whole lot of UA plugins. I have a few, but I mean, you saw me mixing. I mean, this isn't a mix tutorial per se, but it's not terribly far from where I would have things. I gotta say, Luna's pretty cool, and it surprised me. I really didn't want to like it. I came into it thinking, how am I not going to be too critical of this, because they sent me the Apollo to try it specifically, and I don't have to make the video. They're not paying for an opinion, but they're not paying for anything. But at the same time, I didn't want to be a jerk and just dump all over Luna, but I actually kind of like it. Anyway, guys, if you dig videos like this, please let me know. Hit the like button, hit that subscribe button down there if you want to come along for the ride while I try every DAW that I can get my hands on under the sun. Because every DAW teaches me something a little bit differently, and I don't think there's one best DAW out there. I think there's a whole lot of different ways to think about something, and each one can teach me something differently about how I do what I do. I've learned something every time, and I think with Luna it is keeping things simple. I do think with Pro Tools I tend to get into my analytical mind way too much, and with Luna I didn't feel myself get there. Of course, it could be the fact that I have a cold and I'm a little loopy anyway, but I do like this layout. You're limited in certain instances, but the constraints kind of force you to think about things in a way that gets you there faster, if that makes sense. That said, I really like Luna. This is pretty cool. And now that I have an Apollo, I could see this being a mainstay for my fly rig for sure. Anyway, guys, I'm Resident Loser Jeremy. I'll see you in the next one.